Good morning friends, welcome back to Parnika tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss about instance variables and class variables or static variables in detail. So I request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. The variables which are assigned values inside a method is called as instance variables or object variables. You know that in a class we'll have methods. So if you're assigning values inside a method is called instance variable. If you're assigning the values inside a class, such variables we'll call it as class variables or static variables. For static variables in C++ and Java, we use the keyword called static in before. Before the variable name, we will give the static keyword. But in Python, you no need to use the static keyword. Now, I hope you have understood the variables which assigns the values inside a class method. In class method, that one we will call it as an instance variables, means one of the method inside a class. The variables which assigns values inside a class, those variables are called as class variables or static variables. Now with this one, let me discuss with an example for better understanding. I am creating a class called student, okay, and I am using one class variable called is equal to, let me write Parnika tutorials, okay, Parnika tutorials. This is the college name or the university the student is studying, okay. Then I am defining an init method to initialize the underscore init, okay. Then I have self, and I am taking two variables called name and then a roll number. Is it clear? Then what I am doing? I am writing self dot name is equal to name, self dot roll number is equal to roll number, okay. Then what I am doing is that, look at this one, this will be your class variable because you are assigning a value inside a class. Is it clear? Now let's take that I am creating two objects called S1 of student type, so student class, and I am passing the two values which is name and roll number. Let me write the student name is Jagdish and the roll number is 1. Similarly, I am using one more variable called, this is S1 and S2 are the objects of the student. So S2 is equal to student. Now I need to pass the two values which is name. Let's take that Siri is the name of the student and the Siri roll number is 2. So look at here, S1 and S2 are the two objects. So this name and roll numbers which belongs to these objects. So these kind of variables, the name and roll number, we will call them as instance variables because you are assigning the values inside a class method which is an init method. Is it clear? Which is a constructor. When it comes to the C++ and Java, here it is an init method to initialize the object state. Now, if I write print s1 dot name, then can anyone guess what will be the output? S1 is the object, so it will be this one, okay. Self will be S1, name, whatever the name I have given, Jagdish, so S1 dot name is equal to Jagdish. So that is what I am trying to print. So here I will get the output as Jagdish. Let me write here. If I write, it may not be visible for you. So here in this case, you will get the output as Jagdish. Suppose let's take that I am writing print s2 dot name, okay. Then what will be the output? S2 is the object, so Siri is the name you are passing. So in this case, the output will be Siri. Okay, so what is the point here I want to highlight here is that the name is an instance variable. So if it is an instance variable, accessing that one using the object is preferable. Is it clear? If it is an instance variable, accessing that variable with the help of object, here S1 and S2 are the two objects. So accessing the instance variable with the object is preferable. Suppose let's take that. I want to access the college, means I want to print the Parnika tutorials. You can access this one with the help of the S1 object and S2 object, also with the class name called student. But accessing the class variable or a static variable with the class name is preferable. Suppose if I write print student dot college, because here the student is the class name and college is the class variable or the static variable. In this case, we will get the output as Parnika tutorials. Again, shortcut I am writing it as PT. Is it clear? Similarly, if I am writing one more statement called print s1 dot college, can anyone guess what will be the output? It will not give any error. You can access it, the class variable, with the help of the object. It's not a problem, okay? And it will give you the output also as Parnika tutorials. Similarly, if you access or if you write the statement called print s2.college, that is also absolutely fine. You will get the output as Parnika tutorials. Now let's take that I want to change the college to Parnika University itself. Okay, so then what I can do, I can write student dot. See, if you are using the class name and the class variable is equal to, let me write PU. In shortcut, I am writing it as Parnika University as PU. Okay, is it clear? So I am changing this one to the PU. Now, if I write the statement called print s1 dot college, and also if I write print s2 dot college, in this both the cases I will get the output as PU only. I hope it is clear for you. If you are changing the value which is there in the class variable, then if you access them using the objects, whatever the new value you got, that one will be, you are getting it. Is it clear? Suppose let's take that I have written the statement called S1 and I am accessing the class variable. This is allowed. And I am changing to what you called PU to Parnika itself. I don't want to write Parnika tutorials or Parnika University. I am writing it into Parnika. Okay. In this case, if I write the statement called print s1 dot college, and similarly if I write another statement called print s2 dot college, can you guess what will be the output in both these scenarios? Is it clear? S1 dot college you changed. So only for this object you have changed the class variable. This is not preferable, but it will not give any errors. In this case, the output you will get it as Parnika. But for S2, the output will be still PU only. So what is the point I want to highlight here is that if you are changing the value which is there in the class variable with the help of the class name, then it will reflect to all the objects. If you are changing the value which is there in the class variable with the help of one object, then it will be only reflects only for that object only. I hope you have understood what is an instance variable, how can you access the instance variable, and what is a class variable or static variable, how can you access the class variable with the help of the class and with the help of the object, and how can you change the values. I hope it is clear for you. For better understanding, I will discuss this entire program in Jupyter Notebook. Let me define a class called student and then class variable name as college, and the college name is consists of Parnika tutorials. Okay, so this one I will call it as a class variable or a static variable. Now let me define an init method. Then I am writing self comma name comma roll number. Okay. Then I will write self dot name is equal to name. Then self dot roll number is equal to roll number. Now let me define two variables called s1 and s2 of student class, with one variable s1 consists of name as Jagadish and roll number is 1. Another variable s2 of student class will have the name as Siri and the roll number is 2. Now if I print s1 dot name, then what will be the output you will get? S1 dot name will give you the output as Jagadish. Similarly, if I write print S2 dot name, then Siri you will get an output. If you want to verify, you can verify it. I'm getting the output as Jagadish and Siri. Now let's take that. I'm writing print S1 dot college. This will give me the output as Parnika tutorials, because the class variable, if you are accessing with the help of an object, then it will give you the output whatever the class variable is consists of, which is Parnika tutorial. Similarly, if I write print s2.college, it will also give you the same output, which is Parnika tutorials. Similarly, if I write print student name, means the class name, which is student, and then I am giving the class variable as college, that also will give you the output as Parnika tutorials. If you have a doubt, you can look at it. See, you got the Jagadish Siri. This is the two previous outputs. Then we have the Parnika tutorials, Parnika tutorials, Parnika tutorials. This is absolutely fine. Now let's take that I want to change the Parnika tutorials to the Parnika University, and that should reflect to all the objects. Then what I can do, I can write student, which is a class name dot class variable name, which is college, to modify into Parnika University itself. Okay. Now look at here. If I write again these three statements, okay, let me run the code. If I run the statements, now instead of Parnika tutorials, I will get the output as Parnika University, and Parnika University. Okay, this is what the output I am guessing. Look at what will happen. We are getting the Parnika University, Parnika University, Parnika University. This is absolutely fine. Now let's take that. Let me change the code little bit. Only I am changing the college for the object called S1. Then let's take that Parnika University I have modified to PU. Then in this case, if I write print s1.college, I will get the output as PU. s2.college, I will get the output as Parnika University only. And student.college will also give me the output as Parnika University. If you have a doubt, you can look at the output. See, for s1.college, if you are confusing, let me remove these two statements. Let me run the code again. See, I got the PU, s1.college PU, Parnika University for s2.college, and Parnika University for student.college. So what is the point I want to highlight is that if you are changing the class variable with the help of a class name, then that reflection will reflect all the objects. But only one object you are changing, it will be only to that particular object or the object namespace only it will reflect. I hope it is clear for you what is a class variable, what is an instance variable, how to access them, and how to modify them. Still, if you have any doubts related to this concept, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.